All right, so today I'm here with Luke Nowak. He is one of my good friends and also in the aviation program here at St. Francis. So I'm going to hand it over to him here. Luke, if you want to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your background.
My name is Luke Nowak. I'm a junior here at St. Francis University. Currently in the aviation program, pairing that up with a business management degree. Um, I'm a junior, and so this is my third year in the program. I'm currently going on my commercial pilot license training. So getting a lot of time building, just enhancing my knowledge, buttoning up all of my flying skills and my abilities. Looking to establish a career as a professional pilot, and my hope is to go to the airlines one day. So just working towards that goal.
All right. So what made you interested in pursuing aviation as a career?
So I actually was always interested in aviation ever since I was very young, 2 or 3 years old. I don't actually remember a point in my life where I didn't want to be a pilot or I wasn't interested in aviation. It was just one of those childhood dreams, and I never grew out of it. The passion never left me. And so moving on into high school, I stuck with the goal of pursuing a career as a pilot, and yeah, here I am now. Going on 21 years old here in a bit, and still working towards that goal. And I think it was just a lot of exposure to aviation. I remember going on annual trips to Fort Lauderdale as a young kid, and just being amazed at the airplane ride and walking through the airport. It was a thrill that never really left me. So yeah, definitely a lifelong passion, and I've stuck with it my whole life.
All right, cool deal. So you kind of answered here a lot of number three, but I guess I'll hit you with the back half of it here. Um, was there ever any interest in pursuing something other than aviation or even a backup plan?
Actually, no, there there was never any fallback option. Obviously, getting a business management degree will kind of just widen my portfolio. Um, and also one of the hazards of pursuing a career as a professional pilot is you have to fly on a medical certificate, and if you would lose that for some unforeseen medical circumstance or medical issue, you could be stripped of your privileges as a pilot. So a business management degree just allows me to have a fallback on business, which, God forbid that should happen. I'd probably try to pursue some sort of business aviation career, staying with my passion, but just modifying my career path based on the circumstances.
All right, awesome, man. Moving on here. Have there been any unexpected challenges throughout the course of your training? Anything that maybe you didn't feel ready for that you had to overcome?
Yeah, I would say flight training is just a very up and down experience in general. Um, you have good days, you have bad days, you have really successful lessons, and then you have lessons where you're not going to do as well. And so just being able to maintain just a confident and a humble attitude throughout it all, not getting too high, not getting too low, and allowing your passion to guide you through. It can be super encouraging on those good days, but it can be super discouraging on those bad days. And so if you don't have really just the passion to push you through it, if you don't have um, just a goal as big as the end goal of being a successful professional pilot, it's going to be tough to find the motivation and the resilience to get through the lows. So I'd say my strength really throughout training has just been being able to persevere through those highs and lows, just allowing my passion to fuel me forward.
Awesome. Sounds like you're all in. I respect that. How has the aviation program here at St. Francis prepared you thus far?
I've been blessed with awesome instructors. I've never had an experience with an instructor where I had a question and they didn't have an answer or were not willing to find an answer. Anytime I go to them with a question or go looking for some resources, they're always there to provide some sort of information or capitalize on the opportunity to teach me something, which has been really phenomenal. Learning so much from everybody that you know has had the opportunity to work with me has been phenomenal. Um, and hopefully, coming up, I'm looking to get into a position as a flight instructor. Really looking forward to kind of paying that back and helping other guys get to where I am.
Awesome, awesome. All right, I think we also touched on this one a little bit here, but moving on. What is your ultimate goal as a pilot, and what would you consider to be the pinnacle of your career? So I guess just if you could, take one thing where this would make you think like, "Hey, I've made it." What would that moment be?
Well, I've always wanted to go to the airlines. My dream, for really since forever, has been to be a captain on a legacy airline, so like a Delta, American, or United, flying the wide body aircrafts on international routes. So going to Europe, going to Asia and South America. That's really been my dream. As for some of the steps that might get me to that point, I'm very open to it. I've kind of the more I've progressed through the training program, the more I've realized you know, just how passionate I am about flying. And so there's so many opportunities out there. I still do believe that I would like to work up to, a captain at a legacy carrier on an international wide body airplane. But really, my ability to kind of pursue different steps to get to that point has really expanded since just being exposed to all the opportunities that the aviation industry has to offer.
All right. What is your most memorable moment behind the sticks of an airplane thus far?
I have probably a couple. I remember um, just recently, actually, I did a flight out to New York City, um, and along the Hudson River, they have what pilots call a special flight rules area. So we're able to fly along the Hudson River at about 1,000 feet. So we're about anywhere from 300 to 500 feet below the tops of some of the skyscrapers in Manhattan, which was just incredible. Flying along and being close enough to the point where we could literally see individual people inside of the buildings was absolutely incredible. I've also had opportunities to take some of my buddies up, which has been really cool to kind of give them a glimpse into what I've been working towards and studying, and the opportunities that I hope to achieve through it. So that's been super cool. Have been blessed with a lot of cool opportunities, some cool flights, and some cool moments up in the air throughout progression through this program, which has been amazing.
All right. What is it about aviation that you find to be the most gratifying or rewarding?
Probably the challenge of mastering aviation, just because there's just an infinite amount to learn. Everything from aerodynamics to airplane systems to federal aviation regulations and weather. There's aviation encompasses such a broad range of knowledge, such a broad range of skills, and so it's a pretty steep challenge to become proficient in all of them, um, which makes it a difficult training path, but a very rewarding training path when you're able to accomplish what you have set out to accomplish.
Perfect, perfect. Have you ever been nervous before a flight? Any time where you doubted your abilities?
I'd say I'm definitely nervous before check rides. Check rides are basically the final flight test that we take to get each license or rating, and they're very stressful. They typically encompass a written exam that we'll take prior to check ride day, and then anywhere from a 1 to 2 hour oral and a 1 to 2 hour flying exam. So all in all, it can be anywhere from about 2.5 to 4.5 hours of a flying exam, and those are very stressful, just because um, there's such a high standard to display all of what you've learned and all of the abilities that you've acquired throughout your training program. So yeah, I would say check ride days are definitely the most stressful, and it takes a lot of belief, a lot of confidence in preparing for them, which um, mostly happens through just over preparing and studying and working extremely hard to get ready for them.
All right. Yeah, I know from personal experience, just kind of being around Luke a lot. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that you know, everyday person might not get to see, but that's good stuff there. Last one here, kind of a fun one. If you could fly any airplane right now, what would it be?
Um, well, my dream has always been to be on a wide body aircraft, and really kind of the top two out there right now would be the 787 or the A350. Those are two of the most technologically advanced airplanes, extremely capable, extremely modern and advanced in what they're able to do. So yeah, either of those ones. They typically get some of the better destinations too, over in Europe and Asia. So yeah, that would be my dream to fly. Either of those two would be an incredible experience.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure you'll be there before too long. But Luke, thanks for taking the time out of your day to join me here today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.